I think my wife cheated, but I can't prove it. My 35M wife, 35F, has been very sketchy recently. Several years ago, we used to be in swingers, but then she became a teacher at a local middle school, and we both agreed it needed to stop. Also, I had really started to lose interest in the lifestyle. Not sure this is even relevant, but thought I'd mention it. Since this January, her behaviour has changed. All of the normal stuff, reduced sex drive and lots of time on her phone. Plus, she had a male co-worker that she frequently talked about. Apparently, he's very funny. She was going out on Fridays after work about twice a month and not returning home until after midnight. This bothered me as I felt it was unsafe for her to be out so late. She claimed that she was fine and they just liked to hang out. I didn't mind her going out as occasionally I did the same with my friends occasionally, but always home before midnight. I had mentioned that I would like to go to one of these get-togethers. However, she said spouses haven't attended and she would find it weird. I knew that was stupid as who cares, and her parents could keep our kids for the night. The next week, a month ago, I just showed up anyway. She was sitting next to this male co-worker and two other teachers had the husbands with them. While I was there, Brad and my wife barely even talked. Odd given how much she would talk about him. FYI, Brad is not even attractive and he's a teacher. I make way more than this man. I can't understand what she sees in this guy. By comparison, I am moderately attractive, while Brad is maybe a 5 out of 10. He must have an amazing personality or a huge dick. I don't know. The whole thing wrapped up around 9:30 p.m., not 1 a.m., all very sketchy. At that point, I was convinced something was going on. The next day, I checked our phone records and they were texting frequently every day. 20 times a day every day. I ended up confronting her and asked to see her text messages. I didn't tell her that I had checked our phone records. She said I was being paranoid and showed me. Their chat history showed only a few text messages per week, despite the fact that he was above me on the list, and I had texted her that same day. At that point, I am 100% positive something was going on. Again, I didn't tell her what I knew, but I told her that I wasn't cool with her relationship with Brad and I had some thinking to do. She told me I was being crazy and then I slept on the couch. The next day, she let me know that she would stop associating with him unless it was strictly work-related. I didn't believe her. I then hired a PI to track her when she went out, but she hasn't gone out again for the last month. Ultimately, I'm out a few $1,000s I paid the PI since she's behaving herself. Now she's returned to her pre-affair self. Unfortunately, I can't prove she cheated, but I'm 99% certain she did. I'm leaning towards divorce, but we have kids and again, I can't prove anything. I'm still sleeping on the couch, which really upsets her. She has initiated sex on several occasions, but I haven't been interested. She told me she would transfer to a different school if that would help me calm down, still claiming that I'm being crazy. We live in an at-fault state, so not being able to prove anything really sucks. Edit. People keep asking me to update them. I may post again eventually, but I don't want to track everyone down to let them know. Edit. I'm going to speak with a lawyer and look into divorce and what I'm risking during the process. I'd rather live in the couch than only get my kids every other weekend. Top comments, that's the big indicator. But this will happen again. She will wait a while again, then find someone new. She hasn't let the lifestyle go. She knows she won't find a better deal in provider and husband. Get full disclosure and let her go. She will do this again. She didn't stop when you told her you needed her to change. She only stopped when she was caught. So she would still be doing it at your expense. You can get all of the people at these gatherings for statements. They know when they left and when she came home. That is proof enough. You can get other records as well. Don't be deterred by the at-fault stuff. If you put the pressure on her about her actions and how the kids will react to it, you have a better chance. She needs to understand that you are not stupid, and the change she wants to make now isn't enough. You asked before you came to the gathering to stop. She wouldn't. Now she thinks she can just sweep it under the rug. She needs to come clean with everything. She won't. So now you have to think of, can you stay around for this to happen again and again, or just cut the losses and move on? Only you can answer that, but I am not sitting around looking at a liar and cheat living off of me. I couldn't reconcile that, and once the kids are gone, she will probably be gone as well. Just saying. Update me, second comment. A bit too much smoke for there to not be a fire. Maybe she didn't had sex with him. Maybe she isn't even attracted to him, but she surely was attracted to how he made her feel. In my opinion, should you tell her that you don't want to be married to someone who happily lies to you and exchanges texts with someone that they delete? You know that the number of texts they send according to the phone records and the texts you saw didn't match. She also lied to you about partners not being wanted at those gatherings, and when you showed up, 2 teachers were there with their partners. Another lie, she obviously didn't want you there. I would just tell her that you gave her a chance to come clean and now you have enough. That is not the kind of marriage you want to be in and not the kind of partner you want by your side. Then let her react or just grab your stuff from the bedroom and spend the next nights on the sofa. Important, though, is if she says nothing and you don't go to a lawyer, then she will never again respect you. Third comment good, and be very blunt with her. Like, you are well aware that I believe you have betrayed me with Brad. Keep in mind, I know much more than you think I do. There is a reason I have been distant. You showed me that you have zero respect for me, yourself, our kids, or our marriage. That night I looked at your messages and you only had a few per week with him. I instantly knew you were lying, and still are. This is on top of you lying to me that spouses didn't go out with your co-workers on Friday night. Funny, I show up and there are 2 husbands sitting there with their wives. The night also ended at about 9:30, but you kept coming home well after midnight. You have destroyed my trust and I am struggling to figure out how I can be married to someone I don't trust, someone that would betray me. I hope he was worth it, because I'm afraid you've caused too much damage to our family. She will freak out and beg you not to divorce her. This is where you say, this is your one opportunity to come clean. You one chance to tell me everything, but if I find out anything that I don't know after today, or if you leave out or minimize anything, I will instruct my attorney to file for divorce. Again, I know much more than you think I know, so I suggest you start at the beginning and tell the entire truth. Don't trickle truth me, and don't minimize. Then you will be able to determine what you want to do. Update me. Wife confessed to sexting strangers I've been with my 22F wife, 25F, for the past 6 years. We've been married for 1. Recently, work took her out of state, and I guess she felt she could come clean. She told me that since before we started dating, and throughout our relationship, she's sexted with strangers. She made it sound like a really small thing, like it would always be someone she didn't know, it wouldn't last long, she only did it maybe 6 times in the last 6 years. I'm torn. On one hand, I've always held the conviction that I would never stay with someone who is a cheater. On the other hand, I have so much love for her and the life we've built together. I feel betrayed, and my trust in her is shattered. I told her I was considering divorce, and she said she was willing to do anything for us. Is there a way back for us? Or should I follow my gut and end it? Top comment. She's spent your entire relationship seeking sexual validation from strangers. Do you honestly believe she'll stop? Will you ever be able to fully trust her again? Will you always be wondering who she's messaging or talking to? That's a stressful way to go through life. It's ultimately your decision, but you've got a lot of pain and heartache. Either way you go. Second comment. She seems to have a need for sexual desire shown from other men. Do you really believe that it was only 6 times in the last 6 years? Surprise her. One day soon, ask her to give your phone to check. If she hesitates and wants to go off with the phone or she refuses, you have all you need. One day she will start sexting a co-worker, a friend or a local man if she has not done that already. You are only 25 years old. Think hard about whether it is worth staying with her. You are young enough to completely start over with someone else. Third comment. Actually, you need to investigate this. She has kept this from. This is a character flaw. She has misled you. Mo, you have to figure out if she has told you everything about this, and if there are other cheating, dishonest behaviours. Bottom line, all her devices have to be open to you 100% of the time. All accounts, website passwords, etc. Unfortunately, nothing she says can be taken at face value. I would keep it simple and find out who local law enforcement uses for the polygraph tests and go the shortest route to the truth. BTW, how are you defining sexting? Do you both agree on what that means? Good luck. Hopefully you can save this.